It's been about a week and a half since I played this game, maybe 2 weeks. I've been out for a very long time. And I've been thinking about this game a lot, okay? Everything I pass by has this tinge of like, is that a puzzle now? It's very weird that this game has sort of manipulated the way that I see things within the world. Seeing a nursing home called IC Savings, I think to myself, what does the IC stand for? And the only way that I would have even known that it stood for like IC Savings and to sort of understand how like weirdly capitalistic and like almost sad that is, like I wouldn't have had that revelation and had the enjoyment of being able to see that had I not been puzzle brained by this game. I've recently actually I was playing League of Legends with my friends, playing Teamfight Tactics, and one of the people in our lobby was named this. I'll just type it on the screen because I don't want to say it yet. I want all of you to try to say this name because I think it's hilarious. And I was like, oh, that's an interesting name, but what is it like? How do I say it, right? So we're playing TFT, and then it's just dead silence. And I start reading out this like player's name, and then I slowly read it out, and I go, Wilma Dickfit. And I just, as soon as I understand, everybody understands, and we all start laughing. Like, that was my real life +2 moment, and it was facilitated by someone entirely different who gave me the opportunity to have a +2 by saying Wilma Dickfit. But yeah, welcome, chat. This game, and the reason why I wanted to play it today, despite me having no plans, is because it's very relevant. I've never been closer to death than I have been for this past week and a half. Not myself, thankfully, not anymore. I'm no longer closer to death than I was, but like I'm very far away from death now myself, which is nice. But playing this game and the events of my life recently have been a very, very interesting sort of set of... It's been an interesting intersection where I understand more deeply about why someone would do this. You're working right now, so I'll be your background noise. What is that face called? Grr. Don't worry, I'll be your background noise. I won't laugh as hard, sorry. Because this game, there's sort of this question of why would the grandfather do this versus giving his child the home, but I get it. Because when you're close to death and you have all these things happening to you, one thing that I did definitely noticed from my sister was she was like, she just wanted to live her life, man. Like, in the sense of she wanted to do the things that she wanted to do. And she wanted to do the things that brought her joy. And those things that bring her joy are very different from the things that bring you and I joy, right? So whatever brought this grandfather joy, in this case, you know, the fucking around and giving like a giant puzzle test to, you know, eventually give your child like a home, that's what they wanted to do. And I think that's interesting because now you no longer have to care about what the other person wants, and you can just do whatever you think is best for you. And as long as they get something, it doesn't really matter, right? Like, you fulfilled your like duty. Shelter, negative rooms, special floor plans now cost additional steps or something. Wait, why don't we do a shelter? But it was interesting to sort of see that behavior pop up, because usually my sister is very selfless. But now I see, when you just get to that point in your life when things are about to go downhill, like, you don't have the energy to care anymore. You kind of just want to get it over with and just live your life. And I don't blame her, but it is funny to sort of realize that that's what's happening, and to sort of realize that this is how it's going to go down. This game is also sort of been on my mind because when you're busy taking care of somebody, so let me show you, you kind of have a number of things that you want to do that you can't do, and so you have to sort of limit yourself to the things that you can do. While I'm out and about taking care of my sister after her accident, all I have with me is a laptop, a very old laptop that's like going to die. It's a very hand-me-down laptop, still good enough to program on, and my Steam Deck, but I only have time to play like one game at like a moment. Most of my time is spent programming and thinking about what to make. And so the reason why I'm playing this today is because the programming streams will be coming back. There's actually two things that we need to program for me to play this game. One, I was actually looking at this on my laptop, and I was like, I can't see anything because I'd been away for so long that I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on here. But yeah, there's no way for you to actually know what these things point to, because look at what happens when you link multiple things to one lane. There's like a million different things that this thing links to, but I can't see what it is. And so it's like, if I want to know where these links go, I can visually follow it or press the follow connection button, but I'm spending more time navigating to understand the state of things than necessarily understanding something. And I was thinking to myself, this thing really needs like a preview function where you could say hover over this and it would show you what this would lead to, and you could see every connection sort of split apart so that you have space to sort of see them all. And I was like, wait a minute, there's no plugin for it. But then I was like, wait a minute, I'm a programmer. I can make this. Yeah, it may surprise you, but I can probably make this and actually make it work. So we're going to be programming that. And I actually started programming it, but as I was programming it, because I was on the laptop, which can only do one thing at like it struggles to run the IDE, okay? Like it struggles to run my IDE, which is, I'll explain what the project is once we get to it. I can't also have browsers open, but hallway closet. If drafted close to a hallway. Spare room? What rank are you? How do I see your rank? Can I see your rank? I'm assuming no. How about we go inside the pantry to get money now? But because of that whole thing, I sort of realized that even if you don't watch extra things, there's still a lot of things that you need to look at, and it's very disorienting, the context switching that you go through. Like when you're programming, you're going through a million different context switches. For instance, when I'm programming, I will alt-tab to documentation very often, and I was thinking to myself, it's similar to the problem that I had before when we wanted to program different games and stuff. Obviously, these games didn't really get anywhere or go anywhere. But I realized that there needs to be a better way to handle this sort of context switching and like visualize it for people to see compared to what is currently there. I also forgot, each of these rooms has 2 images based on the position. So shit. Let me think about this. Each of these rooms has a thing. But when I realized that, oh, there's nothing like that out there. Like OBS is very limited in the way that it handles things. Granted, it's not limited because it's a bad tool. It's limited because they can't predict every use case in the world, right? Like it's impossible for anything to be designed for everyone, because if it's designed for everyone, it's designed for no one. Ideally, you want to design something for a niche, and then those niches would sort of specialize even further if they need to, or niches that are not being sort of like taken care of on their own would also specialize on their own in some way. Where is that thing that tells me about the images? You know what I mean? Was it here at the drafting studio? No, there's like a chess piece thing somewhere. There's that chess piece thing. It was the room with the chess piece. Shit, where am I? Drafting studio, workshop. Was it the workshop? No. LO, homeless in my own home. Church. What? See, this is why we need to make these tools, so I know where to go. But also, maybe I just need to have a good memory. Bunk room. It's specifically the room where it has the chess piece in it. And it was, what was it called? The puzzle room? Wasn't the puzzle room. Campus room? Rumpus. Was it Rumpus room? No, that's the machine. Conference room was that. Office. Study. It was the study. This thing. But yeah, so when I realized that we need to sort of augment it to allow us to do this niche of programming. Because what I realized is that if you show your desktop, you show too much. Because when you do stream, there's like a million different things that you have open. Even things like DMs are sort of, private. You don't really want people to see that. And so I realized that we need to build that first before I can program anything else on stream. The problem is that we had to build an OBS plugin, which is incredibly undocumented in many different ways. I actually have it started, and I have an inkling of what to do, and it kind of is sort of working on the Windows hook side. But there's a lot to do to get it working, and I realize that there's a lot of complications to it. But at least we have 2 different things that we can program for streaming now with a definitive end goal and end date. Because I realized that with games, there is no end. Because thinking back to when I watched Princess Mononoke with my friends, you don't it's not over until you say it's over. Because I remember reading that documentary, or sorry, watching that documentary where they talk about how one crowd scene took them like several months, and they probably would have kept on working on it even after several months because they probably wanted more and more perfection to it, right? At least with tools like these, it's like I don't want to work on it for too long, so we have a definite end goal, and we know what the end goal is. It's a functional goal, and so it's not even like a we can improve it further, and like further. There's nothing more to improve upon because the concept itself is so simple. It's just an execution of the programming, which in and of itself is sort of complicated. So we'll figure it out here. So face and ace. Actually, this is a great image to have. Can I just copy this over? I guess I could. Well, because what I really want is this thing. Face plus ace. Just this thing enlarged. Just that enlarged. Make it huge. There we go. So yeah. In the future, there'll be 2 different programming streams where we handle various things. I need to find the map now. Sorry, there was like a giant map somewhere. Where we are going to program a plugin for Obsidian to where I can disambiguate where all these connections go and get a preview of these connections, because Obsidian is actually very well made. It's just also very difficult to sort of know where everything is, as well as a OBS plugin to allow us to easily switch windows without you seeing my whole desktop, so that it'll automatically do so without me having to click the eyeball button, because I'm too lazy to click the eyeball button. So I was gone for a long time, but at least now you have something to sort of look forward to. If you enjoy programming, if you don't enjoy programming, this is now the time to sort of like, punch your pillow. Obsidian is good. Thank you. Because every one of you that I've converted gives me joy in my life. Everybody that I've converted gives me joy in my life. And I'm so glad that all of you have chosen Obsidian is a bad. Some of you don't understand good application design. You know this, and you know what's funny? I remember last time that we did talk about Obsidian, somebody in the chat did start saying, "Oh no, here here it comes in some way. This guy's talking about it again." But I'm just telling you, like it is like you can use it for so many things. You use it for your chores. Who writes their chores? Honestly, if you've never written down your chores, it actually does help a lot. It helps to get into a routine as you get into larger chores. Because I used to think the same way until I got more than just basic chores. Not to say that I've ever... I will say this. Okay, you know what? Okay, on chores, you ever read those Reddit stories? Are you a serial killer? No, it's writing chores is totally fine. But you ever read those Reddit stories where people go like, they like say like, am I the asshole? My partner, like, he doesn't even know how to wash his like clothing, right? And I always think to myself, how is that possible when I feel like that's one of the basic chores, right? So I'm not like that. I have known how to do a fair number of chores ever since I was young, because I was the primary one to do it, because I lived alone for basically my entire life. I've been home alone for basically my entire life. So whenever I was hungry, I'd be 14. I would go grocery shopping. I would clean up. I would make the food. I would clean up. I would do laundry, stuff like that. Right? I would clean house. But it's the volume that you get into, on top of the fact that you get extra chores that sort of crop up to sort of complicate the state of things. That's when I find the list handy, because it's very easy to forget. Yeah, you will make a month calendar for your chores. You like lists to keep you focused. Otherwise, you're a mess. Exactly. Yeah, like I feel very much the same way. Where it's like, especially when it's things that aren't immediately visible, but you still need to do it. Like I consider even things like replying to emails a chore, because emails weren't designed for joy. They were designed because you had to write things. Also, I'm going to make a plugin to fix this, or well, to change this too. The reason why the line, the internally the API calls it an edge. The reason why edges are below images is because images by default have a different Z index compared to this and compared to this. This whole thing is run off of Z index, which is a little crazy, but it makes sense from a performance standpoint. Yeah, I feel very much the same way, where it sort of helps you figure out what is going on and helps you figure out, okay, well, what you have to do, because those invisible chores that you have to do, it's very easy to forget. Like, I am notoriously known as a chronically late emailer, which to the chagrin of, various entities in my life that are waiting for me to send the emails out and to maybe get information about what's happening. It is very difficult for them to wait for me for very long because they get very annoyed about the fact that I'm not sending any emails out when they need information about things like, hey, are you alive? So, it is interesting to sort of see that and have to deal with it over time. Because when you forget completely, and when you remember, you sort of remember at the worst times. At least for me, I never remember at a moment when I need to deal with it. And it's not like I can deal with it at the very moment. Like, a lot of things that you get into in life, it's like, very often it's things that you have to push out because something else is more priority at the moment, right? I've never not obtained something that has not been at a bad time in terms of priority, if that makes sense. Like, and so I always have to push off things like, this has to be a puzzle, like doing emails and stuff, because there's just not enough time for me to go through and sort of start this process right away. And I need to sort of do something else first, which is fascinating to me because one would expect, like, doing dishes, it's very easy to do at the moment because you have the dish, you're right there at the moment, and you can just do it right away. But even then, sometimes you can't. Like, sometimes you wake up late and you gotta go to a meeting, but you gotta eat your breakfast because you follow like a routine for your food. You have to hit your macros because you're gonna go to the gym later, and you need to make sure that you're able to like eat your 3,000 calories, right? And it's kind of hard to eat 3,000 calories for most people, but for me, it's maybe harder to not eat 3,000 calories. I eat like maybe 4,000 to 5,000 calories per day, and I'm still very hungry, so I don't really know what to do. But there's like different extenuating factors where it's like it'll force you to push off a chore, and then when you do, that's when the list helps because you're going to forget. Is all I'm trying to say. We need all of these, so all of these are very important. The commissary has a different view of this, and I should have realized this now, but this puzzle specifically, it's because the commissary has a whole different view of it. So this is like in the corner here. Do a card. Just size this card up correctly. But yeah, if you've never tried it, I actually do recommend trying it. But if you don't need it, take that as your superpower, okay? Take the ability for you to just be able to keep in mind everything that you have to do as a blessing. But just know that you are very lucky compared to the rest of us. Because the rest of us have to write things down, otherwise we forget. And it's not an old age thing, because my sister is like, she's not that much older. Well, she is old, actually. She's old. What's funny is that my whole family, actually, all their birthdays passed, and I had no clue. That's a good sale and a magnifying glass. Actually, that's perfect, because I can go back and check some things. But my sister, I really should take a photo of this. This has to be a puzzle. My sister, she's like 40. I didn't realize that she was 40, but yeah, she's like 40. My parents are 60. I didn't know that they were 60, actually. I had no clue. Many things. Uh-oh. I need the Simple Search plugin. Uh-oh. Wrong one. I need the Simple Search plugin. Uh-oh, please. Oh, please. Many things I had no clue about because I just don't really think about the fact that my family is getting old, right? I don't really think about this stuff. It's just not really something in my mind. I already have the plugin, so how come I can't get the simple? Here we go. But even as you get older, you're not supposed to get bad memory. We actually have a bunch of ads in Canada that talk about this. The ads that to go, forgetting things is not a normal part of growing old. And it's like ads to be mindful of the symptoms of Alzheimer's, because like a lot of people will assume that just because you get old, it's normal for you to forget about these things, but it's not true. Like you're not supposed to be forgetting everything like this. No shit. Where's the soil quality? Is this a good soil at this spot? It's gonna be the fourth from the left. Soil. Orchard. Here we go. Orchard book. Fourth from the left is okay. It's poor soil. Don't get a green. I guess green is technically only in the corner, so we'll just do it. Yeah. Bird and boat. So this has a bird. I need to take all these photos. But yeah, because of that, I'm realizing I might have Alzheimer's. You're dying, chat. Don't forget things. I mean, okay, look, to be fair, like, maybe they're over exaggerating to the point of like, or maybe I'm over exaggerating and misunderstanding it. Like, it's probably not to the level of if you forget anything that you're dying, but it was like it is like apparently it is true because I was reading up on the symptoms and it was like, yeah, if your loved one is forgetting more often, it's not just because they're getting old. Like some people are forgetful, some people have Alzheimer's. There's sadly they both have the same symptoms. It's like it's kind of hard to tell. Look, how do you know? How do you know? I know this one actually. This is on this room. Secret passage. This is Crow Row. So it's C. Crow without the row is C. Just know that you probably don't have Alzheimer's, but like if you've ever been worried or if you're a hypochondriac, just think about that. Mull over that for your life because you're going to have to think about that coming up soon. Maybe once they diagnose you. There's actually a lot of things where I was like, oh, they sort of like tell you things on in Canada on these like service announcements that make me go, I don't know if I want to like live. The way that Canadians make TV is like terrifying, and I don't know why. We deal with a lot of disinformation in Canada, which is very special cost bypassed. What? It's very interesting the way that it is because you wouldn't expect that to happen or have to happen. But let's say that Canada has been prepared for a very long time for this information. Because I remember the advertisements about knowing what you're watching on TV with the house hippo. And maybe the Canadian government was psyoping us just in case of the tariffs going on right now. But Canada just is like, it's a bit like Thailand, where in Thailand, there are a lot of ads where it's like a very sad doctor ad where someone dies. Very similar vibes. There's just something about the Thai Canadian connection and the way that we both think about how to navigate through life and how to like teach a message to someone in a very horrifying way. In a very horrifying way. Sinclair has many secrets that he will take to his grave. It must be a way to open to his grave. Wait, since Sinclair's grave. I didn't realize that. Wait a minute. First off, where's the image here? There's no paintings. I just wasted a step. Second, to his grave. I didn't think about this. So, this room, the Nook, specifically has that note that says secrets to his grave. Right? This is important because that phrase is actually now usable. Because we actually do have access to the family grave now. So we can actually think about the fact that in his grave, there's a secret inside of there. Actually, I'm actually curious. Do other places do these types of ads? Because I don't know any other place that does ads the way that Canada and Thailand does. And I know that that's a weird connection to say, but again, the Thai-Canadian connection goes deep and strong. We have some of the best Thai restaurants in Canada. It's just the way that we like how like both places will make ads to say a message, and then this message is like thinly veiled into either some corporate entity or insurance, which is probably also like a corporate entity. But I think of corporations as stuff like Apple and insurance as stuff like the devil. But thinking about that. It's I've never seen an ad elsewhere that has that same vibe. Like in Canada, for instance, our broadcast commission or our broadcast commission, they're the ones who will put out ads like the House Hippo to try to inform people that you were seeing this information. And I've never heard of that in America, where like the FTC is it the FTC or is like whoever handles the telecommunications. they'll put like an ad out for the Americans to see, like the stuff you see on TikTok will be fake, and I feel like they need that, but Sinclair has many secrets that he will take to his grave. Taken literally to the family tomb. So this is for the tomb. I think the tomb is, yes, the tomb is here. See, this is the other thing that I need to make too. I need to make an easy linking helper, because the way that this thing handles linking is all visual, which isn't bad, but visual linking has the one side effect of you have to drag for a very long time to like get there. So there's a couple of features that we need to program here. But yeah, you're not dying, chat. It's just Canada. There's something about the Canadians and the way that we view life. We view life with a very, very cautious eye, right? The world has been unkind to us. In many ways, we've been unkind to the world. This chess piece has to be important then. Because there was a board with a queen on it. Wait a minute. There was a board with a queen on it. Oh shit, there was a board with a queen on it. Inside the little thingamabob, there was a board with a queen on it. Wait a minute. Yes. We'll do this one as the painting. So we'll group this as paintings. Paintings. And then we'll do, didn't mean to do that. Just copy this. We'll group this one as chess pieces. I knew those chess pieces would come in handy. This is a knight. So this is a knight, and this room specifically is over in this corner. Second from the left, fourth up. 2, 4, okay, so like here. Just make the box and just show there. But it is funny to think about that whole idea of like, you don't really know if you're going to die. Because again, when my father was vomiting and when my sister was in there, it's like there's so many different factors that you don't really know if it's going to cause someone to like die. And doctors are very good at solving problems, but they're not very good at explaining them. Like when the doctor says like, okay, it's time for you to go home because you're fine and you'll be discharged. It's like, I don't know what the extent of that is. So when the doctor says that about my sister, I'm like, is she gonna die later? And then he's like, okay, be careful. If you start to feel head pain, come back to the hospital right away because you might die. And I'm like, shouldn't we just stay here then? Like, what's going on? Like, are we really okay to leave this place? I don't really know. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting things about it that I don't really quite understand, but it feels like there's no easy way to explain it to people, and you just have to hope that things are going to be okay. Okay, group. Chess pieces. There's probably now 2 chess piece groups, but that's fine. We'll leave it like that. Is it a bong? That's a bong. Why does Grandpa why does he have a bong? Grandpa, why are you smoking up, man? Jesus. I mean, I guess if you're old and you're rich, it's like what do you do, right? This is the thing. It's like, why wouldn't you want to smoke up? Yes. Oh my god, thank you for finding Fentbert. Thank you. So while I was gone too, I had a lot of time to add emotes. So if you see things like Fentbert or LOL, so LOEL is my new favorite laughing emote. Please use that when you want to laugh at me or with me. I'm not judging. There is a people talk and there's a pepper talk. So like Pepper Pig. So now there's a Pepper Pig talking emote, and there's a people one. So you can have people talking to Peppa Pig. People looks right, Pepper looks left. There's something magical about 7TV, and 7TV is it feels like the open source of emotes. I don't know how to explain this without sounding crazy or like sounding I sound programmer brained when I call anything open source. But really, it's weird how many things aren't open source. Like it's weird how open source is sort of its own thing in life that only programmers really have. Oh yeah. The Tyson like dick grab, that was also good. There's also the Mike Tyson ass. There's a Mike Tyson ass emote, which I think is fantastic. But none of this would have been possible without the open source emote community. Because think about this. How many ideas do you have running through your mind in a single day? Okay? I get paid for my ideas as a programmer. And I tell you right now, they're overpaying. Not because I'm a bad programmer, but because I don't have that many ideas, man. It's kind of hard to have a new idea every day. It's one of the hardest things that you can think of or to like do is to have a new idea every single day. To go through life and have some like new revelation. Give you a feel of my ideas. No joke, it's here. Tiny. No, this one you know about the tiny guy thing. Goblin Dick Curse. No, you all know about the Goblin Dick Curse. Oh, the pool battle. Okay, so this needs context. I need to give you all the context. Just it's gonna be a music video, and I need you to all to listen to this as I talk about this, or maybe even watch it. I would say even watch it. Good ideas. Take that back. This is a great idea. This is an amazing idea. This is my best idea yet. I need another window capture. OBS, do not crash at me, please. Match title, because I don't want you to see anything else. My desktop is a little fucking crazy. So this is Shoe Body Bop by Drew Langlois. And just listen to this as it's playing, okay? So while I was in the hospital, with my sister after her car accident, I was thinking about this song, and I don't know why. But I was thinking about the song, and I was thinking about this idea, and then I was thinking about this like pool game, because I found a roguelike pool game that I shared within the Discord channel. And then I realized, like, wait a minute, there's something here. Because I remembered how much fun I had playing pool, but I was like, there's no pool battle royale. Because another chatter was like, we should play pool together. And I was like, you know what? Let's make it impersonal by adding a battle royale element. Because co-op games and regular multiplayer games have too close of a, like a multiplayer element where you feel too close to the person that you're playing with. But I want to give you an impersonal element because I think of every chatter as being the same person. So instead, I was like, why don't we make a pool battle a pool battle royale that is based off of Shoe Body Bop. Is themed after Shoe Body Bop, and I wrote probably can't do this legally, and I was like, oh shit. The whole idea is that it's a pool battle royale where you are your character is the pool stick. Like you don't have a pool stick. Your head, just like the music video, you hit your head into the balls to shoot the balls across, and there's holes that give you like items and like different buffs, right? And there's different enemies on the map like PvE, but the goal is you need to take away as many balls from other players as you can. So you need to take the balls away from a player's sphere of influence to be able to beat them down. And so the idea is that you are the person, you're the dude in the lake given the headbutts. You're the dude in the lake giving the headbutts to your balls and to Satan and to every other person inside the lake. Your goal is to be the last person inside the lake alive in a pool battle royale. I'm a genius. I'm a fucking genius. So yeah, that's why. Sorry, you saw a Stack Overflow thread for like a second. Don't worry about that. That's just nerd shit. Sorry. That's a good idea, and that was off the cuff in the hospital on my phone on Discord, off the cuff. Not sure how to feel about that. The music was designed to help you think about things. What's the point of this room? You may draw new floor plans while drafting this room. I'm gonna take a photo of everything because I feel like this room in particular is very important. Made you even more confused. Okay, well look, it's the point of the game is pool battle royale. That's all you need to know. Which of these two things is the painting that I need to look at? I'm assuming not these because there's multiples. This is left, this is right. Wait, no, this is right, this is left, but this is on the left side going right side. Is that the same thing over here? This is going left. Huh? Left? Right. Oh, I'm capturing obsidian. Oh, sorry. Sorry. But hopefully you enjoy the pool battle royale concept because I think it's a banger. Again, in the hospital. But again, you don't get ideas like that often. I think you get an idea like that maybe once in a blue moon. I feel like this is telling me to go left. No? Left? Huh? Left, right? Why is it such a small... There's like distance markers under each foot. I've only realized this, but these have like distance markers. These are very important, actually, probably. Drawing floor plans. You must draw floor plans. Anything inside the toilet? No. Nothing in here. There's actually a weird green tile by the washroom. Maybe that's what the washroom is for, that weird green tile there. Pantry. There's nothing over here. Guest bedroom. There's nothing over here as well. But yeah, that's why. Having new ideas actually is genuinely hard, and I genuinely think that I'm being overpaid in some way. I need to go back too, actually. I need to finish this side, so I need to go like leftish. Is there anything about this photo that stands out to me about him? Because like, okay, these two have to be the photo for the floor plan, which should be correct. But then, what do the distances mean? I need to mark that down. But where am I first? I'm over here. So drawing room. Did I fuck up? Oops. This should be over here. There we go. Okay, good. So these two over here. Tie and tray. I don't know what that means. Huh? What does that mean? Wait, what is this thing? What even is this? That's a cake holder. What's a cake holder called? What is a cake holder called? Cake holder. What's it called? 3-tier cake stand. What's it called? Name. A 3-tier cake stand is often just called a cake stand. Sometimes people refer to them as étagère, as an étagère, cake towers, cupcake stands, or cupcake towers. So, cupcake bow tie. Well, is that a tie or is that a bow tie? Cake and tie? I don't know if that makes sense. And yeah, what's funny is that that's the only good idea that I've had for the entire maybe year. 2025 has been off to a rough start in terms of good ideas. What's crazy is that some people are genuinely good at making ideas, and I think there's a certain creativity level that some people have mastered that I wish I could get to. Like, some people have such an overactive imagination, and that sounds like a bad thing to say, but I'm saying it as like a good thing, that they know things, like they can do things and they can come up with ideas on the like consistently, and they're able to just keep on thinking about things and see things in ways that don't really make sense, or then they can just make things up. And I wish I had that superpower, because that superpower genuinely I think can make your life a lot better, because the alternative is you have nothing. The alternative is your life is almost empty in that way, because the ideas can range from, life-changing to just fun for you to like have. And I remember as a child making my own card games because I wished that I had Yu-Gi-Oh! And so I used to draw my own cards and like set them up. And I wish that I could go back to that time period of my ingenuity, because whatever I was on when I was a kid, that was some good shit. Some genuinely good shit. Since you got a DIC 2496, a compressor limiter / EQ, you're on the hunt for an XLR and TRS cables. Local shops wanted 2 to 4 times the MSRP for cables you'll never buy from a local music store ever again. Grr emote. Yeah, it's so. To be fair, they do have to make money somehow. I think your local music store needs to make money in some way, because the alternative is they pay at cost and then they buy in the bulk and then they lose money, right? But it is true that it does get a little expensive, because it's honestly, if you're not in a trade war with America like I am, it's really hard to be able to spend money, or like to like justify spending that much money for your local business. Sassy Nightbot. I like how you blame the bot even though I'm the one who wrote the thing. It's like, you sassy Nightbot, you. But I was the one who wrote the thing. How come this has 2 arrows, actually? No, they all have 2 arrows. There's something about these paintings. I just need to figure out what. It has to be tied to this painting. Yeah, it's like it's interesting how the market dynamics work. Basically, Amazon, because of their like massive scale, they can always sell things for cheaper. Same with like Walmart and stuff, right? They can always do like a million things cheaper compared to Amazon, compared to your local store because they're so massive and they have this whole network, right? Whereas your local store, they have to make a concession of like they have to sell at some value to make some money back. On top of the fact that like they can't get the economy of scale in their favor. Like they probably don't get a bulk deal, and they can't have the economy of scale to make up for the fact that people cost money to hire, right? Because even though Amazon employs a lot of people that they're trying to get rid of with like robots, those people still cost money in some way, and it's probably gonna be difficult for them to like get anything, right? So like it's just hard. It's hard to run a local business and make margins the same way that large companies do. So I get why they do it. But at the same time, it's really hard as a consumer to not see that and then go, well, why would I? But I will say this. Would you rather the money go to Jeff Bezos? Or would you rather the money go to your local person? I hate my local people as much as I hate Jeff Bezos, but at least I know my local people hate me in a personal way and not an impersonal way. And the fact that we hate each other personally, like that's love, man. Because let me tell you something. I've been taking care of my family for the past like week and a half and dealing with things. Let me tell you something. There is no greater love than a love where you can freely hate another person. I don't know how to say this without getting in trouble, because then like, you know, that's like a way to justify some bad behaviors. But like when you're close with somebody and they're able to be an asshole to you, that's when you know your relationship with them has made it, right? Any backbone havers in chat? Any backbone havers in chat? Oh yeah, so also while I was gone dealing with my family in the hospital, we had somebody in the comment chain getting really upset about my streams. Like really upset. Sorry, give me a moment. I need to respond to a text. Can I say this? Can I say something? How come that this house doesn't have like background music? Like how come this house, if you're this rich to like do this, right? To have a house that can move rooms on demand, like, and you have like a track system on which the rooms move, right? Why don't you install like a loudspeaker in every single wall to have like a background track? And why? This is the thing. You are so rich that you could hire your own psychiatrist / psychologist, I don't know the real difference, to follow you around and make a judgment call on how you feel at any moment in order to try and make you like think things, right? And then try and like assess how you feel and then play the music that matches your mood. Like you could see yourself thinking and they put on like classical music, or you could see yourself like, I don't know, doing things and they could like play the classical music. And I feel like there's like, I feel like rich people are missing out. Like, again, the rich people that we have today are creativeless. They are creatively bankrupt. Sorry, just give me a second. Because if I had this money, sorry, I have to like pause to respond to some things. Yeah, like if I had the money, I would do that and then have the ability for me to like have my own personal soundtrack. Because I don't know about you, but I have a soundtrack in my head playing most of the like time. Also, you're glad that the emojis in the title don't render properly in your browser. You're missing out. It's probably my best creation yet. It's an emoji ASCII goatsy is today's title, because everything's been ramming me up the ass. So give me a second. Sorry, there's more things. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully you enjoy the can you all look at my go live? How many of you have seen the masterpiece that is within my go live notification? Also, hello chat, how are you? Because I think I am linguistically a genius today. I have made art. Like no matter what, you can't escape it. If you can't see it, let me read it out for you. Look into the eye of Balron. Like your bowels. It's like, you know, like the eye of Sauron. Like look into the eye of Balron. I thought this was like I was cooking with this one today. But thank you for there's actually I'm pretty sure there's like a Nightbot command to give you like a on-demand goatee now. I made it somewhere. Again, while I was gone, I had like a moment of time for different various things where I was able to jump away quickly to give you something. So think about this. While I'm dealing with people in the hospital, I'm able to give you Balaron. And that's pretty good. Sitting around the campfire, that's a good one. Cat sitting very comfortably. Waiting, waiting. Okay, that's Goatsy waiting. That's a good one. Let's do a new one. We do Goatsy waiting. We do hello. When you say hello, you will now get Goatsy waiting. Command name already exists. Fuck. Where's the? Oh, cause it's hello. It's a Hello Gamer one. Shit. Just give me a second. I need to chat. We're going to get rid of the Hello Gamer. Okay. The Hello Gamer will disappear. It now needs to be this. Now. No. Make up your mind now or no. Now or no. Okay, fine. We make it. We make a new one. Oh, perfect. Oh wait, that's a good. Hey, yeah. The Wix expert emote makes this. Okay, everybody type Wix expert. Wix expert. There we go. Perfect. That's good. Oh man, see, this is what this is what I crave, right? This is it. It is weird. I will say this. I think, in a way, I am the most parasocial person here, because while I was gone, I did miss the weird antics that we would get up to as a collective whole. Is there anything about this image that's different? Because like, the things that we do here, the things that you say, and the things that you make me say. How many layers of Vixen am I on right now? What does that mean? I don't remember what does Vixen mean, but maybe at least 4. I'm currently covered. I'm currently glazed. I'm glazed in the Vixen. Glazed. Waiting should be on the left so that it would be looking at Goatsy. Oh, like fine arts. You know what's crazy? Remember when that guy sold a... Okay, so because... There was also recently a painting that sold for a couple $1 million about a banana that was duct taped onto like a canvas, right? How come no one's ever done that for Goatsy? Like, how come no one's ever done that for internet phenomena? Because there are tons of internet phenomena that have been effectively timeless, like 2 girls, 1 cup, Goatsy. Various memes that I think are timeless too, although to some degree, I think most memes have died. Like there was a period of time on, say, Reddit where they were trying to bring back the old memes, like, and then one of the memes that I brought back was Pedal Bear, and I was like, I don't know if we should bring this meme back. But some memes have survived, so I'm like, maybe we can actually do that for things like Goatsy, because like, is it not art to look at Goatsy and just see it there, and then see what is going on with the Goatsy, and to know that it was something there at that point in the time, and to know people's reactions to it and the ways that it's read? Like, isn't that art? Someone must have minted it as an NFT when that was still active. Probably. Is the clock behind them at the same time? I think the clock is at a different time. Like, if you look very closely, the hand of the clock is different. Still a heart vase. I don't know why there's a heart vase. She has 2 heart vases. The one on the right wasn't there. This table is here. Table of... But imagine, okay, but then imagine, right? If we say that it was minted as an NFT, and you take what I'm saying, war NFTs art, and then we get into the whole trouble of the NFTs. Like, imagine paying $1 million for an NFT of Goatsy, knowing that somebody else could just download it and everyone's seen your art. Speaking of parasocial, have you seen the ViewChat face tracking video that gave the whole comment section an existential crisis? Yes, I'm gonna give it to a chat right now. So this is like some deep stuff. So this chatter posted this video that apparently made people get really like. Really, I don't know, really reminiscent, really hopeful of... I think it's because, I will say this, the moment that there is a... That's a good combo. That's a very good combo. Speed L, Speed R, furry run into Kermit Gape asshole. People get hopeful whenever they see like a cute looking girl person, And I think people just have this feeling of like they want to have that kind of love in their life. So this video from Hash, who was the person who made this face tracking module for, apparently this model is called Lapwing on VRChat. This is what it looks like. There's so much emotion in this person with this music. Which, I mean, to be fair, it does look kind of fun to have it, and if you could, like, it's the kinds of emotions that you wish you could feel and see in real life. I don't know how, like, how do I explain this? When you're emotionally deprived and you have, what is this? Biggest Dickus, Monty Python, Life of Brian. It's never about chromosomes. I tried turning games into text. Meowcraft, Arlo Parks, Portrait 400. A slightly different Minecraft trailer. What happens if AI just keeps getting smarter? This is the Kurahara filter. Is that the lighthouse? I regret leaving YouTube to be a doctor. I don't want this guy as my doctor. Minecraft, but it runs in the terminal. Cat X Aku P, Affection Addiction featuring Poppy. If you've never felt emotion in your life and you've never had like, or you're deprived of emotion, this video could do something to you. Like, you look at this face of this person and you wish that they were real, giving you these emotions. Yes, and anime jazz. I think Cowboy Bebop changed the world forever. Because in Cowboy Bebop, you have songs like this. You have songs like this. Cowboy Bebop, like this. And songs like this, change the way that you feel about the life around you. It makes you feel things, it makes you think things, and it makes you wonder, like, okay, what is life? And then combine that with this face and the way that it emotes. And it's the way that the emotes are a variation of, like, it's the way that they look at the camera and they're emoting that makes you feel like they look. If I full screen this, it's like they're talking to you. It's like, hey, they're so happy to see you, and then you tell them a joke and they start laughing. You've never felt this in your life. I know you've never felt this in your life. None of you have ever felt the joy that is telling a joke and having somebody laugh at it. They just stare at you like you're fucking weird, man. They just stare at you like you're weird. And it's the way that this person is commiserating with you, that they're with you, that has turned into this comment section. There is no Ryan Gosling reaction image that can fully convey the feels right now. And the Ryan Gosling reaction image square, there's a thing. There's like a Ryan Gosling reaction image compilation on Reddit where there's like a bunch of them. So he has multiple different reactions. So he has like this. Ryan Gosling reaction images. Is there a way for you to find like a whole list of them? Ryan Gosling, give me reaction. Here we go. Okay, well there's this. I need to find more. What's going on with the Ryan Gosling is literally, wait, the chat, there's a Ryan Gosling subreddit. Wait. Why is there a Ryan Gosling subreddit? What's this? Someone in the comments made timestamps for like every 2 seconds of the video with detailed explanations of what happens. Oh god. So these are the Ryan Gosling reaction things. We're going to see everything about, you know, what the people feel. But how do I no, not Rising. I want to see the top posts of the Ryan Gosling subreddit here. Top post, Ryan Gosling subreddit. What? What is this? There's a bottle in their asshole. It's actually the best video I've ever seen in my life. There's something inside you. There's a bottle in the asshole, and this doctor is Ryan Gosling looking at you. I mean, the best video I've ever seen before. But like, this is the feeling that people have when they say Ryan Gosling reaction faces. Like, this is, for some reason, Ryan Gosling is like the pinnacle of what this is. Is this Lost involving Ryan Gosling, AI Ryan Gosling, and Hatsune Miku? That might be the best subreddit I've ever seen in my life. Holy shit, that might be the best subreddit I've ever seen in my entire life. That is genuinely funny. Jesus Christ. Miku. I jumped in the comments to say how impressive this was from a technical standpoint. You know, we need some sad music to like think about this. I jumped in the comments to see how sad this was. It's over, bro. It never even be again. This has the your wife died years ago and here you are rewatching this cute video of her at 3 a.m. vibes. That's deep, man. Holy shit. This is the cutest 22-year-old French dude who studies digital electronics I've ever seen. Are you okay, man? You're watching Lapwing face tracking add-on on loop again. Oh, is that? Sorry. I was like, wait a minute. I feel like I just saw this message somewhere and it's because you posted it, but I forgot to read it. Sorry. Are you okay, man? You're watching Lapwing. We were never meant to have this power. Translate this to English. For some reason, it's a global thing that makes me feel agonized over something like this. I feel bad for Hash. Dude summoned the collective consciousness of every severely depressed and lonely guy who has currently ever lived. I now understand the guy who married the Hatsune Miku hologram. If you didn't understand why people marry virtual characters, then you need to go watch you need to go and find your VTuber Oshi, okay? And you need to have a VTuber Oshi that either A, gets into a scandal, or B, gets cancelled, which I guess is the same thing as the first one, or C, graduates. I miss you, Gargor. Gosling Council, we're gathering here again today to witness another sleepless dream and unattainable reality. This moment too will be lost in time like tears in the rain. The dream just before the alarm. Holy shit. These people, it's like this. It's like these videos. It's like these. It's like these. This channel has some of the best literary content I've ever seen in my entire life. The ways that people talk about these videos. Look. Just the dream just before the alarm one got you. Well, look, these will get you too. You're falling in love with someone you can't have. A Dark Academia playlist by Helder. I have suffered the punishment of an attachment without enjoying its advantages. From Sense and Sensibility. Like, I don't even know if this is a real book. Somebody could have just written this out like off the top of their like head. It's a real book. It's a 1995 period drama directed by Ang Lee and based on Jane Austen's 1811 novel. Emma Thompson wrote the screenplay. How many times can you be told you don't love them, you love the idea of them, before you realize that's all love ever really was? Here's all the love stories that never began. Falling in love with someone you can't have is like admiring a star that shines brightly in a distant galaxy, beautiful yet forever out of reach. It's a bittersweet dance between the heart's desires and the reality of circumstance, where longing becomes a silent melody echoing in the depths of the soul. Had my first girlfriend ever at 29. We were together for 6 months. I fell madly in love. She broke up with me because she didn't fall in love. This was 2 years ago and I'm still devastated. Nobody will read this, but I still want to get it out of my system. I wish the best to all of you. Like, there's something about the YouTube comments that brings out some of the greatest writing within people. And I think it's because you are completely anonymous. Like, you can have a profile picture of this dude, and your name can be Damasaki, and you can write, I now understand the guy who married the Hatsune Miku hologram, and nobody can judge you for it. Nobody can judge you for the feelings that you feel, because here nobody even knows who you are. Look at the Razor Red. We were never meant to have this power. His image is of like a duck thing. Top comment: gas masked things. What does that even mean? His image looks like a Soviet Union. Oh my god! They have a community post. They have a community post. Chat, real 3 weeks ago, real screenshot of their own comment on the video. Screenshot of their own comment on the video. Through this quote, all goslings are interlinked. You is swag homie, bro. Your existence has been acknowledged by the internet. Meme. Congrats on making your mark on the internet. You are the ghost emoji. You are the goat. Doodlebard YouTube. Who is this guy? Like, think about this. You are free to say whatever you want because there's no one that can judge you for the feelings that you feel. Staring at this in 3 a.m. Make me feel something. I might start paying my taxes if the feds looked like this. Holy moly, she's real to me. This is the final nail in the coffin. Even the YouTube algorithm has judged me a lost cause. I refuse to take the pill, doctor. You know, when I saw this in my feed, I was going to comment how good the attractings are. I then go to the comments and find a sea of misery and loneliness for something they lost or never had. I'm sure no one is ever going to find this comment amidst the others. Where's the one with all the timestamps? Born too late to explore the world, born too early to explore the galaxy, born just in time to witness a 22-year-old Frenchman mess around with a cute 3D model of a woman with face tracking. I mean, that's just VR chat, though. Like, if you're not doing that on VR chat, I feel like you are missing out in some way, because playing dress up, it really is just that fun. Here we go. You called her name. You called her name. Shit. I need to open this in 2 different tabs. I need to do this. Chat, we're gonna go 2 different tabs. She's laughing at your joke. This is not gonna work. She's laughing at your joke. She's being silly with you. Wow, they really did, like, like everything. You asked her a risky question. What does that even mean? Like show boobs? She dodges your risky question. Back to being silly. Hold up. Wait a minute. She gives you a sincere smile. Your alarm rang. Your alarm rang 25 seconds when the video ends. What's going on, guys? What's happening to us? You know what it is? Why are gacha games so popular? Why does the gacha game capture the hearts and minds of people, right? Because they give you people that you can talk to that are like, you know, waifus and like husbandos and stuff. The problem is that they muddy the water. There's too much shit in the way. Like, I don't want to play Genshin Impact. I had to like have my waifu to throw her into the throngs of war. I'm not gonna throw my wife into war. Like, I would go to war for my wife. You need something like Love Plus, where you have like just a pure dating sim with your waifu and they can talk to you. We are at the cusp of humanity where AI is good enough to fool people into believing that they're a real person, because most people don't have any reading comprehension. And so therefore, I think what we need to make is our first ever AI dating sim game where how about this? After Blueprints, well, not today, but some other day, we'll go and we'll try out some AI dating sims. And we'll see just how good the AI game has like gotten to fool us into believing that you can actually find love in the real world, even though there's no way for you to do so. What am I even looking at? So I finished looking at him, the heart vase, 1 candle, another candle. There's 2 candles. What am I even trying to find here? I don't even know how to solve this. Like these like step things. But yeah, thank you for so what's funny is that they didn't even send that to me. They just posted it in a different chat. And I saw it in that different chat, and then I watched it and I was like, damn, I get it. But it's true though. It's like, you know, it's just feelings. You know what it is? I think everyone is just emotionally deprived, and I think having emotions and feeling emotions is a rare thing to have in your life in general. Not you as in like you specifically, but just in general, most people don't have the opportunity to have like a free form feeling of emotions and stuff like that. Like most people don't get to have like an infinite number of emotions flowing through them. Like I'm lucky that I have a wife who like loves me, who messages me every morning and sends me a heart. I get that every morning for free. Some of you come here to get yelled at for no reason. And that's funny to me, but like some of you are in pain. I just realized this thing is actually kind of like fucked up over here. Because he has two lamps. That thing's down. The clock, okay, two things. The clock is a different time. I can see the hour hand should be over here. So maybe I need to come here at a certain time. I need to come here when it's like 2 p.m. So, okay, this painting is very important. One, the hand is down. I'll go check out the hand after. But two, the hour hand, I need to check the time and come back here at 2 p.m. IRL pick of Sticks Discord polyamorous commune, by the way. I'm very glad that all of you are finding different emotes, like the hub with the bonus H for all the turtles, and the me and y'all emote for the group kissing, okay? I've been crafting a 7TV emote list for all of you to enjoy. And I'm glad that all of you have finally been discovering them, because I feel like my efforts have been going to waste in some way. But it is funny that I'm still being referred to as Stick. I've been gone for a week and still nothing changes. Still, I will never be able to be known under my new name. My whole totally new name that I totally like and I didn't totally make just to try and get rid of my old name. So this is two things. I kind of forget that we're playing a puzzle game. Honestly, today is kind of a hard day to play a puzzle game, because my brain's kind of all over the place, but still, we're gonna try. What was this? Hour at 2 p.m. Maybe come back then. And then the candle's all like fucked up. Candle is broken. Oh, and Grandpa is alive here, but he's dead in real life. Take that, Lapwing. I can make sad things too. And what's funny is that some people will look at that Lapwing thing and think like, okay, like that's a bad thing, right? Holy shit, you can interact with it. See, I knew there was something with these paintings. Like, this whole room has to be this. But how do we solve this? It's another code thing. I'm going to assume the code is based off of these. But then what does that mean? Because the code would be massive if that was the case. I don't know. There's something about these paintings, there's something about all of this that makes this work. Or maybe they were just really interested in the way that people walked, but I don't think that that's the case. So, click on this to open safe. But people will sort of look at that comment section and then be like, that's problematic, right? But I think that is one of the most wholesome things I've seen, is people being aware of and open with their emotions. Because it's rare to be able to tell someone that you're lonely. Genuinely, I think it's very rare. I should have maybe realized that there's something here because of the step ladder thing, but it's very rare to be able to tell someone that you feel lonely in life. And feeling lonely is a genuinely, painful feeling to have. Like, it's hard being alone in life. Like, when I was gone, I'm gonna assume maybe hopefully no one felt lonely that I was gone, because I don't want that kind of responsibility. Okay, right? But if you did, then you sort of understand that, like, even if there's no real connection, there is somewhat of a connection, because you feel like this person who was there is now no longer there. And it's hard to deal with being alone, because when you're alone, like, there's no other solution than to have someone. But having someone is not something so simple. You can't just have somebody like a toy or like an object. To form a relationship with someone takes a lot of time and effort in a way that I think it is sort of, it's difficult to want to do when you're feeling lonely, because the solution to feeling lonely takes longer than you would like, but the feelings of it are sort of like bothering you right now at this moment, if that makes sense. Like, it's like, because it takes so long to not feel lonely, you don't really want to put the effort in, because it's easier to wallow in that feeling instead of building a relationship. Because building a relationship with someone is genuinely hard. And then, like, it's sad because the only solution to loneliness is in many ways that very hard task of building a meaningful relationship in some way. And is that a dick? And it's a task that is completely different from building a friendship, because with a friendship you can sort of have a lot of leeway with how that friendship plays out, right? Like your friendship could be as simple as you guys play games together, but it will never reach that same level of love and care that a real relationship has, like a romantic one where you actually genuinely care about each other's well-being. Like it could to some degree, maybe as like a best friend, like really close friend, but even that I would say has a similar level of effort as lovers. Because really, the only difference between lovers and best friends is the amount of sex that you have. And even then, like you guys might have a lot of sex. Like I'm not saying that you can't have sex with your friends. Just don't. Just like don't. You're not having. That's what's problematic. Basically, what I'm trying to say is like that shouldn't be the default. Is you shouldn't be having sex with your friends, but like you can have sex with your friends if you want to, but like they have to want to too. Just know that like if you get into a relationship because you want to have sex with your friend, it's like it's a bit disingenuous. But like if you guys happen to have sex while you're friends, like it's not bad. Like it's but it has to be like happenstance. Like you can't just want to have sex, or like you or like. But what I'm trying to say is like you can't just like sex is fuck it. You know what I mean? Sex. I'll stop talking now before I dig myself into a larger hole. Fishing without what? Road. Road without rod is A. So A, the letter A, goes into this slot. A. It's A. Sex is a social construct. You know what's crazy? That you say that. So while I was busy too, like there's not much to do in the hospital. The hospitals are probably one of the most boring institutions I've ever seen. Not because like they don't try to be fun, but because you can't make it fun. Like it's very hard to make a hospital fun because it is a commune of death, if that makes sense. Like it is you're surrounded by death. So while I was in the hospital with my sister, and I was just watching videos on my phone, and then while I was at and then when you're dealing with like random paperwork that you don't know when it'll happen, I was also just sort of busy waiting for calls, and so I had to constantly wait and think about okay, what's going to happen, and while you're waiting, you can't get into anything serious, so I can only do unserious things. So I watch a documentary about this like small village somewhere that has this practice of polyamorism as a default. And this village with this practice of polyamorism as a default was very interesting because the polyamorism was like it was a lot, man. There was a lot of sex going on. But like nobody was married. And then they were like, yeah, like it works out for us because like we don't want to get married. Like everyone's just here to have sex with everyone else. And so it's like everyone has like multiple partners. And I was like, well, actually, yeah, it is a social construct to have sex with one person. Like it is a social construct to have sex with one person. But there's also a real element to it because I don't want to have sex with multiple people. One, it gives me an ick, but it's not because it's an icky thing, because it's not my type of thing. The key is that it's a social construct, but you are allowed to define which social constructs you want to take part in. And I prefer sex with one person, my wife. But it is interesting to know that certain places as a whole don't practice that. Like, can you imagine that your entire country practiced this idea of like sex with each other and no one had a partner? Like, I would feel almost confused in a way because I'm like, do we have love? But at the same time, it's like my idea of love, is it skewed because of this, pre-existing idea? I don't know. There'll always be at least one box. There'll always be at least one box. And all of us, of course, says chat. Yes. Tell yourself that. You know what? Go watch the lapwing video. Go and watch the lapwing video. I think you need it. I think all of you need the lapwing video right now. I need all of you to redirect your sexual, like the sexual tension that you feel every day. I need you to redirect it towards the lapwing face model. That way, next time I play VR chat on stream, I'm going to use that model. And then that way, that is the only time that you're allowed to be parasocial. Like, you will instantly nut. You will instantly nut. You will instantly nut on seeing me with that model. Instant nut. That's good. Instant nut on seeing me with that model. Can you imagine? But yeah, I have because like you can just buy the face tracking and just use it. So it is kind of cool that you can just go and get it. But please really redirect your notions of having sex with me to that model, not to the person too. Although I will say, like face tracking. Okay, this is the thing about face tracking, right? The face tracking was really good, but his face, whoever was doing those faces for the face tracker to pick up, their face is malleable. It's a bit like a Robin Williams. So everyone there was getting like hot and bothered for like a Robin Williams type person, where their face is like clay, the way that they move it around. The gems are in a box with a statement containing the letter B, which is this one. The blue box is true. The gems are in a box with a statement containing the letter U. Is there a single one of these with the letter U? There is. The blue box is true. One of these has to be true, one of these has to be false. The gems are in a box with a statement containing the letter B. The blue box is true. It's this one. Oh, my first failure. You gave your 50-year-old student, okay, thankfully you said their age because I was about to be worried, a clip of a VTuber. You had to explain to them what's Chad and why is it and why is it spelled Madgist instead of Maddest. So you saw that I added me and y'all emote because you had the chat open to see what other emotes there are with a GE. Do you use my chat as a learning aid? Because that terrifies me. Like the fact that some of you, it's a bit like how there's a research paper with HoloLive explaining like different scientific topics. Like there's a researcher who does really good art who also uses HoloLive characters to explain how viruses work. And I'm not even kidding you. It's like a real thing. Or like some science topic. Yeah, Treege is a good one too. But it does scare me because it's like that's a lot of responsibility to have incidentally, because what does that say about me, and what should I be saying then to facilitate a good, meaningful lesson for your students? Or rather, maybe it's your problem, and it's up to you to make a good lesson with whatever you're seeing in my streams. Maybe your lesson doesn't work because it's me. What is that? What? Okage, piss time, R, Treege. Okage, piss time, R, Treege. What am I looking at? But yeah, thank you for sharing that, because that is terrifying. And I can't believe that I'm saying this. I kind of want to see the results of your experiment. But it is true, though, a lot of language that I've picked up has also been from VTubers, where I'm like, I don't, like it's, because a lot of this language isn't real. Why is the light, look at the light, why is it going weird? Okay, that was weird. When I was in the hospital and I had a normal conversation with normal words, I can't tell you how happy I was with how confused I was too. There's a keyhole here. No, is that not a keyhole? Swans. These clocks have symbols on them. I didn't realize. The duck has no butthole. Because being on Twitch for a fair amount of time does make you feel a little strange, because the types of things that people say and the ways that we say things on this platform aren't real. What's funny, and actually this is also a very poignant thing too, it's based off of, it's sort of related to my sister being in the hospital, but there's a lot of different things that kids do and like the newer generations do that is drawn from the online space that nobody else does. Like saying things like I'm Madge, or like no cap and stuff. Like most people that you talk to in real life don't say these things. Like it's very weird. Until my sister, we called insurance, and one of the guys said, "Yeah, no cap. That's what you have to do. Is you have to get like a police report." And I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Aren't you supposed to be in school, kid? Like, what the fuck is going on?" But it like it sometimes like there's like a leakage out there, and I go, "Wow, this is like real shit, man." But then I was thinking about this. Even me saying real shit is the same as somebody saying that, and I was like, oh my god, like there is something going on here. These clocks have holes. Oh, I think it's telling me to come back at this time. to open that thing. Like the time has to be exactly that. So I guess I'll come back later. But what if you get close? There's a symbol inside. What the fuck? We'll say I need to take a photo. Right, this, and it's fascinating to sort of know that when you go outside into the real world and like there's a real language that you can use that isn't this form, and when you do hear it, it's incredibly jarring when you get to that point. And I didn't really know how to react, but I will say it's funny to come back here and to sort of hear that, and then to see that you're using this to like teach someone who is elderly too, not like old, but like to like teach them about language, and you're using Twitch language to like teach them. There's something strange about that, because this language really isn't used anywhere else. And what's funny is that it is not with every child too. Like so this is the other half of the story. My niece and my nephews are not the kinds of niece and nephews that I maybe would have chosen. If that makes sense. Like, I love them, but I realize that all of my tactics for how to connect with them are going out of the window. So I need to find new tactics. I've actually been learning about FIFA because my one nephew on my brother-in-law's side, my wife told me that he loves to play FIFA. So next time I see him, I've been getting ready with soccer knowledge. I've been trying really hard to learn soccer knowledge because I love him and he's had a hard life and I want to help him. But my other nieces and nephews, like my sister's side, again, so sorry. Just okay. So for context, it's whenever he scores a goal, like whatever his like name is, he always says this like Cristiano Ronaldo. Whenever he scores a goal, he always makes this like noise.
Muchas gracias, afición. Este para vosotros.
It's just the way that he goes at it like full throttle, like shoo. I've been learning that, and I've been trying to emulate it as best as I can. But the way that he says it, it like changes every now and then. So sometimes he'll like go like shoo, and then sometimes he'll like go like zoo. Like it's very there's a lot of tones to it, and I'm just trying to learn his behaviors and like stuff. But yeah, so my niece and my nephew on my sister's side, my blood sister side, they're very, very like normal, but they're also very like abnormal normal. Again, my sister, and I think my brother was correct, she does run sort of like a cult. And I need to also write this down, that this has a little weird symbol inside the clock face. It has a weird symbol in clock face only up close. And then this one has arrows. Presumably, arrows tell us when we need to come back, because it's the distance, which is probably why the drawing room was there to help us gain an understanding of what this is trying to like tell us. So this is when it's going to tell us to come back here. But my niece and my nephew on my sister's side are very strange compared to my nephews and my niece on my in-law side, compared to my brother's daughters. Like my sister's side, he's training out like me. He's like getting into chess competitions. They're like reading books. They're like playing games, but they're also like being very normal, and they're like hanging out and like talking about things. But they sort of strike me as this sort of almost like the preppy child, but not really the preppy child. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but they strike me as the children who will eventually become the doctors of the world, which is terrifying because like I can't imagine that from the kids in the family. My brother's side strikes me as like the weird ones, but like they don't like but like they don't know that they're weird yet, but they're getting weird. They're getting very weird. My brother-in-law's side, they're weird, but like they're like a very innocent weird, but they're also weirdly talented in their own ways. Like my nephew, he's kind of cracked at soccer and especially at soccer games. And my niece on that side, she's like an insanely good animator, and she's like 9 years old. And not just in terms of the motion of the animations, like she's cracked at art. Like she could draw this. At 9 years old, she could draw this. Inclusion, everyone's weird. Yeah, but like the problem is that, remember when I told you that I watched the Minecraft movie in preparation to connect with my family, with the kids of my family? I fucked up. None of the people in my family would watch the Minecraft movie, is what I'm trying to like get at. So all of my knowledge, do you know how long I learned the songs? You know, like the Lava Chicken song. Ooh, like I learned that. It's useless. I can't connect with these kids, man. It's useless. Gown. Wait. Bridge. Ridge. Gown and drown. Right? Gown and drown? This might be a gown and drown. I'm not really sure. Weird kids for sure. Well, what's funny is that I'm now the weirdest person in my family. I thought my family would match me in the weirdest, but I'm the weird person in my family. Like, my family is actually normal. You bet that they're into politics. I don't, honestly, I'm going to say this. Kids don't even know that they're alive. Like, kids don't even know that they're currently alive and, like, feeling, like, things and, like, doing things. Like, when my sister at first didn't want to tell them that she got into a car accident because she was worried about how they would react and if they would be sad, right? But then her husband told them, and they were like, "Oh, okay." Like, they don't even know that they're alive, man. Like, they don't even know what the fuck is going on. My sister, their mother got into a car accident, and their reaction is, "Oh, okay," and they just hug her like normal. And what's funny is my sister is getting pissed off because she's like, "They're very impatient and they're pissing me off." She literally said, "The uncle," and then my like name because the kids call me that, and so she started calling me uncle by my name too. But she was like, "The kids are very impatient and they don't really understand what's going on." And I was like, I could and I was thinking in my head I could have guessed that because like they didn't even they didn't even recognize that their mother got into a car accident. Like, because when you're a kid, like, you have no conception of the idea of death because you haven't even begun to live your life yet. Like, life and death are two completely unknown things to you. You haven't even had the idea to think about that yet. I would want to say that when my niece gets into maybe high school, that's when she's going to think about a lot. About life. But she still probably won't think about death. Like, death is you only think about death early on when you come face to face with it, and then you have to grapple with the absence of something, right? Because death usually, when you are aware of it, it takes something away from you. This clock is massive. You know why this clock is massive? This whole room is about time. And so, you know, knowing that, I don't think they're into politics because, like, politics is a bit like life where you need to be aware of life to care about politics. Because those who are into politics but don't care about life, it's a bit like liking food. No, it's a bit like liking food, like liking to eat certain types of food without being into cooking. Like, it's very surface level. They enjoy it for what it is, but they enjoy it in isolation. They enjoy an aspect of it, and they enjoy the way that they interface with it, but they don't really think about it. Like, it's not something that they actually care about in some meaningful way. They just enjoy the fact that the food goes inside their mouth and makes them feel full and, like, happy. And, like, you know, there's, like, dopamines. Like, woo, dopamines. If I take this, we get soft locked. But I can't do the hallway, and I might as well do the closet to get the items done. But the study does help me, because I can go back to the entrance hall. We'll do a loop-de-loop. Wait, this is so good. This is the room. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Unused pairings, crowd and crow. So these unused pairings matter. Has it changed? But yeah, when I see that, I sort of recognize that they like just kids just aren't into politics in that way. And if you are, but you don't care about life, it's very hard for me to sort of imagine that you do care about politics. Because like you need to enjoy life in some way to enjoy politics, or like to even understand the effects of politics on life. Because politics is a means to us building a life for each other and for ourselves. Like, politics is a tool by which we exert our influence on the world around us and in our communities, and, you know, try to build something that can best service all of our needs. So without, I think, the necessary understanding of life, I don't think these kids would like get it. Also because they don't have the patience for it. Because I asked them if they wanted to read a book because one time they were over and the power was out. So basically the whole city lost power. And one time they came over. And then I was like, okay, well, there's nothing for us to do because all technology is down, and I struggle without technology, as you can probably tell, because I spend all of my time on online. And I was like, do you guys want to read books or play puzzle games? And they just both looked at me saying no. So they don't have the patience to watch like a 30-minute CPAC video, right? Like a CPAC Canadian video. It just takes them too long to do so. They would go crazy. Money. So Queen is on that. Is that important? It has to be important. Chess pieces. So the Queen is here. That Queen is right here. But this chess piece board is like massive. Maybe that chess piece is a fake. That chess piece has to be a fake. So let's not deal with the chess piece. I have this already, but I don't think I had this thing. I didn't have a magnifying glass last time I looked at this. Sturdy Study. Sinka. Made artwork for all the rooms. Yep, by Thursday. Yep, a thing. But yeah, it is sad that all my efforts put into the Minecraft movie have now gone to waste. But at least I can. And what's also sad is that I run like an 18+ channel, where I don't want to have kids inside my chat, so it's not even useful here. Because I will say this, like I've been trying to convince my friends to watch it so I can connect with them on some level, but no one wants to watch it with me. So I don't think there's a single demographic except for kids that really truly enjoys the Minecraft movie. Everyone that I've known has been talking about Marvel movies, which I don't get. I actually don't understand Marvel movies. They're fun to watch for me, but they're not something that I go out of my way to watch. But my friends are like in love with Marvel movies, and I'm like, I don't know if that's my thing, but but it does mean that my knowledge of movies is severely wrong. You will be honest, you haven't even seen the Minecraft movie. Exactly. Like, because why would you, right? Like that's the thing. It's like, why would you ever want to? And this is the thing that I realized too, is that my taste in movies is very different from my friends. And I'm not saying this to be elitist. I'm saying this because I bemoan the fact that like I don't really have a way to connect with them on like movie stuff. Like I watch shit like, I don't know, like the movies that we talk about on stream, like movies that honestly don't really appeal to certain. Like I like Oppenheimer, man. Like it's not to say that like that's a major thing, but like none of my friends liked Oppenheimer. None of my friends really cared about Oppenheimer. I don't think any of them really wanted to like even think about the like movie much. Not to say that they had to, but I just feel like what was that noise? Like I'm the weird one, I think. There's a thing at the bottom here that I never noticed actually. As if it's trying to tell me something. What is this trying to tell me? I don't know, but the fact that I can move this does seem cool. Is it? Am I trying to put like a certain place within the dark? I'm not sure. You do play Minecraft though, so how many of you here play Minecraft? Because I need to know. Because what's funny is that I played Minecraft once, and then kids kept coming into the stream, and I was like, I'm never playing Minecraft ever again. Like, there's a certain limit to me wanting to deal with like. Because some games attract a certain audience on Twitch that is way worse than others. Like, Dead by Daylight probably attracts the most toxic people in the entire game. Sorry, on all of Twitch chat. Minecraft attracts just children, which I don't want to deal with, right? Like, but if there's enough of you, maybe I can bring it back, because I too enjoy because I was a kid when Minecraft came out, and then the kids co-opted Minecraft from my generation. And it's like, come on, man. You'd rather watch Minecraft than Oppenheimer. Honestly, I don't blame you. I would say that's the most normal take ever, because that's how most people see it too. You can make Minecraft very techy, so it's like satisfactory. I do agree. Yeah. But it's weird how Minecraft as a game has so much reach. So one, the movie was interesting to me because I was a kid when Minecraft came out. Like I played the beta version, and the beta version sucked. Like it was awful. It was creative mode, but it was like creative mode with even more blocks than you would more roadblocks than you could ever imagine. Like it was creative mode, but like worse. But to see it all of a sudden grow from that into a real game, I was like, okay, well, this is a cool game. But still, I didn't expect the kids to enjoy a game like that, because a survival game is a very hard thing to convince people to want to play. Like, as most survival games genuinely don't do very well. Like, most survival games end up being very niche. Like, Valheim, still a very niche, despite being, to me, like, a bit of a masterpiece game. Where it's like, it's not enjoyed, like, by everybody. Whereas, like, Minecraft, it's like, everybody enjoys Minecraft. I don't know anybody who doesn't enjoy playing Minecraft. Like, even though the kids in my family don't watch the Minecraft movie, they've played Minecraft. And, like, that's crazy. That's crazy to me, because it's been almost 15 years since that game came out. Like, 15 years worth of, like, a life for a game. It's basically on the same level as World of Warcraft in many ways, in terms of how people, I think, view it as part of their lives. And that's crazy to me, because yeah, the game can be made as complex as you want. Like, you can churn it into a very complex, techie game with a lot of different tech trees and a lot of different RPG mechanics. You can play Pokemon in it, like a fully pirated version that I'm surprised hasn't been DMCA'd yet, in some way. Like, that game has so much life to it that I'm surprised it's been able to have such a foothold in so many different communities and people's lives. Like, so many different people enjoy it for various different reasons, and I can't believe that it happened in that way. There has to be something in the shop that I can pick up, right? No? Something in the corner, maybe? No? This flower. Day 2021, Mount Holly Commissary. What day is it today? Day 16. Wait a minute, 2 days only. Annual maid sale, 2 days only. Why is it two days only? Goblets? And I don't think there's any other game like that that has that type of reach. Like, it is weird to think about that. I don't think, like, I can't even name another game that has that type of reach with across such a large series of demographics that are all so very different from each other. I feel like there should be a rabbit here or something. Rabbit inside that. And I wonder if it'll ever die out, because the game, I don't know if you guys know this, but apparently a lot of people don't know this about the game. But the guy who made it, he's he's a bit of a white supremacist. Like, he's actually, like, Notch is not a good person. You know what I mean? And usually, for most projects, that's a death knell. Like, the game instantly dies, and there's no coming back from that type of person, and there's no coming back from, you know, that type of behavior, and there's no way for people to enjoy it anymore. Like, it's basically dead. Yet for Minecraft, it somehow was able to survive in spite of all of that, and it's still something that people want to play and enjoy, right? And I find that fascinating because, again, it is hard to sort of divorce the idea of a person's creation from who they are. But the fact that as a whole everyone was able to, for this game about building blocks, which is not crazy unique, because, like, there's so many different games of that type, so there are alternatives that people could have gone to but, like, hadn't. That's surprising to me. Pry, because you pry with a crowbar. It's noun and verb. Stairs and stars. No, it's not nouns and verbs. Okay, well, but it can be verbs. So it's pray and pry is a. But yeah, it's just, there's a lot going on. But listen, I need some of you to watch the Minecraft movie, because some of the references that I made really don't make sense, I don't think. Especially the whole 69. Like I was very surprised by how much 69 there was inside that like movie. There's a lot of 669. Spare room, hallway closet. That's a bad one. We'll do spare room. Save my gem for now. This room has to have something. Like I feel like the spare room has to have something going on. It's just too empty and too obvious not to be a secret. But yeah, that's why today's stream is going to be short because of all of this. Claim ticket. If I go here, my whole run ends. Well, this is bad. Redraw. Get a connector, please. Fuck. I should have done coat check to get the shovel. Well, there goes the entire run. And you know what? What a good solid run it was. But yeah, today's stream was always going to be short because again, a lot of things happen. There's been basically no plans. It's just been a moment for us to catch up and stuff because I've been gone for a while. I was thinking maybe 4 to 5 hours, but honestly, maybe even shorter because I kind of want time to plan some more things. There'll be more streams coming up soon. So if you feel you're finally caught up on my life, I'm finally back in furry. There's nothing else for me to do. It's weird how I'm both busier but also more free than I was before because certain things finished but other things sort of cropped up. The hospital thing will take like 1.5 years, but if this next session goes well, I don't think my sister needs me anymore. And so it's like, I think it's just down to her being able to go to it consistently by herself. And so if it comes to that, then yeah, there'll be actually same time streams, but I'm just sort of adjusting for the worst case scenario because I couldn't have predicted the car crash in the first place. So I might as well be very, very sort of conservative with my estimates and say that there's probably going to be something happening again, just in case. Because I don't really, again, I have no clue what's going to happen from this point on. But at least I have free time again, man. I need to catch up on a bunch of things. One, there's been a million games that have come out. Two, there's been a lot of different events that have appeared. Like there's just so much stuff that I've been missing out on. It's one thing that I did notice is it's very easy to very quickly run out of or like fall behind in knowing what's going on in life. Not that it's important for you to keep up to date with it, but I enjoy being connected to the world by knowing what the world is up to in its own weird ways. Also, if any of you know how to run a satisfactory server without the cost of running like a server, please let me know because I've been meaning to play Satisfactory, but I have not been able to find like a good way to host it because the server takes like a ton of power apparently. So if you happen to know, then maybe we can do it because I don't want to play that game alone because playing those games alone feels very like sad to me. It feels very painful actually. So yeah. Thank you all for watching some blueprints. I will go now. All of you have a good day and a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll be back to a normal stream. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow yet. I'll know by tonight and we'll figure it out. That would be Pog. Exactly. Like, especially with those games like Minecraft and stuff, it's way more fun with people. And specifically with Satisfactory, I think it'd be a lot of fun because that game has a lot of different sections. Like Satisfactory was very fun with, Factorio was very fun with people. The problem with Factorio is that it's got a bit of a weird history, and I wasn't sure if it was fine for me to play, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to support that. Because same reason why I don't really support No Rest for the Wicked, even though that game just got like a new update, is because of the things I've heard about the company, where it's like I don't want to give them time and attention. So Satisfactory seems like the safest bet. There's also a new game from Blendo Games that I've been meaning to play because Blendo Games, which is called Bone Job, Quadrilateral Cowboy, like they have a lot of really cool games, came out with a new immersive sim. I mean, there's a lot of things for us to do, but we'll get to it eventually. It's just going to take a bit of time for me to plan things.